that's a hard spot to been there. Very hard. Held out hope for a long time. Going to get this show on TV. And
Forget it.
can't
Forget
because
it.
you have to be vanilla. They don't want you rocking the boat, which is why nobody has been able to replace Wendy because they want to just make you easy for advertisers. They don't, and if you're out there trashing people left and right and breaking Diddy news, they don't want to be getting lawsuits. So I don't know, but I don't see much of it. But
I
I'll check
don't
it
see
out.
much of it.
I need to do a real check in with some of these podcasts and listen and see if they're any good.
What's going on with Baldoni and Lively?
Oh my God, this story is to me better than anything on Bravo TLC right now. I mean, I've
It
given a
ain't
lot of my
bad.
Housewives coverage to or Bravo Sister Wives coverage to talk about this. It is so juicy. Well, now, Candace Owens, the political
Oh
commentator,
yeah.
there's a whole theory on why she's doing this. A lot of people feel this is alt-right. This is like how they bring people in. They get them
What,
very.
she's talking about this now? Candace
She's
Owens?
like, she alleges she has a source very close to Justin Baldoni and this whole Blake Lively situation that is
Mm,
feeding her direct information. She says Ryan Reynolds is the villain. He's a control freak,
I
narcissist,
believe it.
has to be the biggest swinging dick in the room. And the,
I
the
said
whole
that here
thing,
before. I think that he's behind a lot of this.
they believe that he walked onto set. He wanted to look at
Dailies.
the dailies, thank you, which is all the scenes that were shot.
Uh-huh.
And that tipped him off. Like whether it was the chemistry, they lingered way too long, something. They had a fight in the trailer, and from there things went down, down, down. And then, of course, she had the disastrous promotion of the film. And really, Candace Owens says the source says that this is all about Ryan and Blake wanting to take control, wanting Blake to really take over the film and the sequel and get the rights to it.
I
So
believe it. I didn't realize they would then went in the trailer and had a fight. And that was, look, I said it here myself. I think it's Ryan Reynolds is behind a lot of this, that now he's using Hugh Jackman showing up on Broadway, to support his friend Hugh. Really, you just want to be seen next to Hugh Jackman, like America's, I guess, male sweetheart, even though he left his wife, who's older, who was more famous than him, and now is with Sutton Foster. But people seem to forget that.
Well, the latest thing is, Taylor Swift has been dragged into this because Taylor
Uh-huh.
Swift was there one of the nights,
Uh-huh.
almost the way Baldoni's team is describing it, intimidating Justin Baldoni about the rewrites that Blake Lively did. And then Blake Lively says she has two dragons, much like Khaleesi in Game of
Uh-huh.
Thrones, one being Taylor
Uh-huh.
Swift and one being Ryan Reynolds. Anyhow, the new news coming out is that Taylor Swift is distancing herself from Lively. Again, this is coming from Candace Owens, who seems to have like one hell of a
But
source.
like, I don't
I don't
understand.
know.
So she is like, here I am in politics. She just destroyed Selena Gomez. She's like, arguably, objectively, this is hilarious to Selena breaking down last week on Instagram, which we don't need to talk about because we're not a political show. I would like to, for my next podcast, when this one fails,
Yeah, let's do a political one.
I would like to do a political podcast in my next life the
Yeah.
same way I am here behind the velvet rope, but be completely disgustingly unfiltered and basically do it in retirement for like, how many episodes can I get before you really cancel me? And see if that's a big hit. But we're not doing that anytime in this lifetime because behind the velvet rope, people seem to want to still listen to. I mean, but I don't understand. Candace Owens just is now
Nobody
what?
does.
But
Well,
is
a
she
lot of
like
people feel that
politics
she's
at all now, or she
yes.
just
Well,
both?
there's a lot.
Okay.
Then there's theories on that she's doing a rebrand to come into because it's very hot right now to hate on Hollywood celebrities. Very, very big.
Yes.
And people are really over Hollywood. And Candace is a marketing genius. So is she transitioning out of politics and is just going to go after celebrities hard investigations, all this stuff? That's one theory. The other theory is this is sort of what right wing, what's kind of genius about right wing commentators is oftentimes they'll bring you in on whether it's health topics or whether it's autism topics or it's pop culture topics, and then they win you over, and then they begin to get this whole new audience. So a lot of people feel she's doing that.
And I
I
would
don't
like
know
to
what.
say, because I do a podcast course on the weekends and you do a podcast course, and I got to stop doing this because we're giving away free money. I really believe, look very closely. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. Live in the moment, live in the modern times, look ahead. I don't believe in jumping on a bandwagon. Don't do it. If your brand is working for
Yeah,
you,
I agree.
pay attention, do the job, make tweaks, keep working, never rest on your laurels or get lazy, but do not rebrand if it's working. Behind the velvet rope, here we are. We're
I
still working and we're not, I'm not, this is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tried and true, tried and true. Brooks Brothers, tried and true. The Blue Bloods. If it's working and it's old school, stick with it. So I don't know, Candace Owens. I don't know. Are you the next Wendy Williams? Be careful, girl. Be careful. Because if you're into the politics and now you're trying to get into entertainment, which isn't even a booming thing like you and I know. There's no pitching the E News and the New View. Like these
Yeah, but
shows
she doesn't
aren't
need
getting
to. She's just doing it to get big. I mean, she's getting
okay.
millions and millions. She's making a fortune right now on TikTok. Like you don't even need
Okay.
the media anymore. You don't
Who
need the
makes more, her or Frankel? Bethany
well on their podcast.
on TikTok.
Oh, Candace Owens, like hands down.
Okay.
Oh my God, the views are insanity.
Oh,
She
cool.
alleges Taylor Swift is distancing herself now from Blake and Ryan, does not want to be dragged into this, doesn't want to be a part of it. And Owens is calling for, she wants Taylor Swift subpoenaed because she believes Swift really did also help bully the underdog here, Justin Baldoni, who a lot of people believe is a decent man in Hollywood. She wants them to hold Swift to the fire and subpoena her. Now, we do have a trial date, March 9th, 2026. A lot of people are saying, why is this so far out? Well, they want you to settle. You know this, you're a lawyer. To go to trial is a lot of money. It's time. It's either in the judge's hands or you got to cast a jury. I mean, it's a huge undertaking, right? And it gets very public and messy, like we saw with Amber Heard. Candace Owens believes, and I believe this too, it will never go to trial. I think Ryan and Blake are trying to figure out the best way. How do they exit? I mean, there's even information coming out that the New York Times was drafting and creating photos of for this story like weeks and weeks before it even came out, or that Blake had even filed in New York the complaint. So therefore, they were tipped off well ahead of time, never gave Justin Baldoni enough time to respond. This could really help him in his lawsuit against the New York Times. And they just feel that this was ego and power and
Honey, if Candace, listen, I don't mind if Candace Owens can bring down Taylor Swift and declare that who the hell else is this girl, this woman has balls of steel. Um, yeah, and now I
getting
saw
very good. Very good.
yeah. And I saw that Baldoni apparently punishment that he chose the $400 million to sue them because it's four times what they're worth. They're worth 100 million. That's how he came up with the number 400